Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? Thank you for joining us for another one of our sit and chats. If you're in here, you feel free to say hi in the chat so I know who all's here and we can conversate with you a little bit. It's been a long day today, but we got a ton accomplished. Hey, Kathy at Rich Cat Ranch. It's good to see you here today. How's that spider doing over there? Is she still building that web in the same spot? Kathy has a really cool spider that's been building a really big web at her house, and she's got some videos on her page if you guys want to check that out. Uh-oh, she might have found a new spot, it looks like. But Kathy has some other videos that she already got of the really pretty webs. So I have a tendency of walking straight through spider webs every single time. It's pretty bad. But yeah, so it's been a long day. We're all kind of tired here, but we got so much done. We posted a couple of videos. We finished building our new roost box. So Rich Cat Ranch says they're everywhere here. Yeah, I came in here in a bit of a panic because it felt like a spider was trying to eat me. Like I was literally wrapped in the entire web, and my husband had to help me out of that one because I was a little bit upset about that. I'm not a huge spider fan. I mean, they're cool, but I don't want them on me. That's for sure. But yeah, so it's just been a long day here, but we did a lot of things that needed to be done, so that felt good. Rich Cat Ranch says, I've come to accept that they really just want to get away from us whenever they get near. You know, I thought that, but I've had a few that I swear like followed me and jumped on me and wouldn't leave me alone. So
remember the big camel spider?
Yes, there was a huge camel spider in Arizona at my mother-in-law's house, and I tried to step over it just to like walk past it. I wasn't going to bother it. I was like, whatever. And then it literally came at me doing this. And I was like, nope. Now you're getting squished, because it was like chasing me and it was awful. But we did find a wild tarantula while we lived out there, and it was very docile and like calm, and that was really cool. No, it didn't jump on me, but it definitely probably would have if I had let it live. It was in the middle of the kitchen. It was in our territory. Some countries they would have ate it. Or like maybe on like Naked and Afraid, they probably would have ate that little spider. It'd been gone. But yeah, so that was just a little bit of the day today. We did finish building that roost and doing all that stuff. But we're super excited about Halloween over here. That's a huge thing that's been on everyone's mind. What we're going to dress up as, how we're going to decorate, when we're going to start decorating, because I want to go ahead and start, but my husband says it's too early. I don't know that it's too early, in my opinion. Yeah, no, my mom, Kathy, is not a fan of spiders either. Um, like, as kids, we were not allowed to have those little rings you get at Halloween that were spiders. We weren't allowed to keep them. She threw them away, even if they were bright orange, because somehow that was still going to scare her. No spider toys were allowed. And to this day, if she will go into a meltdown if one of my kids has a spider toy near her. Rich Cat Ranch says, I can vividly remember one night when a tarantula jumped onto her foot on the back porch when I was about 4 years old. Oh my God. Well, here's a funny story for you, Kathy. When I was maybe 8 or 9 years old, we lived in this little like trailer park tucked back into the woods, and I saw like the silhouette of a spider, like a big one where the front legs like come together like that. And I was like, wow, it's on the outside of my window so I can look at it and not be scared. And I flung the curtain open and it jumped onto my bed. So it was not on the outside of the window and it was jumping like really high. So I naturally just screamed. And my mom opens the door, sees that it's a jumping spider, and decides that she's not going to let me out of my room now, because if she opens the door so that I can get out of my room, the spider might get out and then she might, the spider might get her. So she locked me in my room while I'm standing on my bed in the corner, and the spider is like jumping around my mattress and I'm screaming, and she sends for some little like redneck teenage boy to come and catch the spider in a jar. And I literally kind of thought I was going to die. It's funny now. It's funny now, Kathy. But in the moment, I was utterly terrified. And I still think my mom was a jerk for just locking her child. And then she could have grabbed me and then slammed the door. Like, you have to leave me in there. That was horrible. Hey, Mark, it's good of you to stop by. But yeah, so she locked me in there with that stupid spider and had it jumping all over me, and it was scaring me to death. Hey there, Mike at MT Homestead. Thank you for stopping in. I was just telling everyone a funny story of a spider in my room when I was little. My mom locked me in there with it because she's scared of spiders, so she wouldn't let me out because she was scared it would come out and get her. So I got locked in there. That was horrifying. But yeah, so me and spiders don't always get along. I'm fine looking at them from a distance. We have those really beautiful riding spiders here, but they get huge, and I definitely don't want them on me. We also have some really cool wolf spiders out here. I'm trying to think of some other spiders we have. In Arizona, we had tons of black widows and scorpions and like all the like things that can kill you. It felt like. But yeah, so as far as Halloween goes, though, I'm super excited for making Halloween treats and candies and goodies. I can't wait to get started on that and all the pumpkin spice deliciousness. Oh, I love it. I love Halloween. And we are next spring, I think, going to plant some pumpkins to hopefully have some of our own pumpkins for Halloween. Let's see, Rich Cat Ranch said, I think that's when I finally grew to love them. That's when I realized they are not as scary and dangerous as I used to think. Yeah, I always seem to get the like aggressive ones, though. I don't know. Maybe they just don't like me. I have a way with animals, but not spiders. But yeah, so we've just been prepping for Halloween. I've got a couple costume ideas in mind here, and yeah, Mike's telling me not to decorate yet, but I'm really anxious to. I really, really want to start, but it is still kind of warm. Rich Cat Ranch says she talks baby talk to them just like she does snakes. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine talking baby talk to them as long as they stay in their space and I stay in mine. Like, that's the one thing I won't hold really, like, I mean, I'll hold certain spiders. Like, I don't care if it's like a daddy long legs or something like that. Like, that's fine. But I don't really want to hold anyone's tarantula or anything like crazy. I'm not really a fan of that. But yeah, my mom though, like I said, we weren't even allowed to keep the little spider rings when we went trick or treating, or any type of spider toy. Like, was not allowed in our house. Like, it just was not allowed. She was not okay with it. Um, but another thing we wanted to mention today was that we did finally break 300 subscribers. So I'm super excited about that. And I do want to thank everybody that subscribed for subscribing, because that's awesome. It's super helpful. We're at 312 subscribers now, and that's just incredible. I can't believe that we got there that fast. So I'm super excited and thankful for that. And I do want to thank everybody that's here watching and everybody that's subscribed for all the love and support. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible. So that's awesome. It's really, really awesome. Mr. Empty Homestead said, "If baby talking while screaming, and that's me with snakes." That is my husband, Mike, with snakes. He is not into it. I had found a really cool, it's like the desert equivalent of a grass snake on our porch in Arizona when Mike was at work. That was back when he was working at the state prison. And it was a long but skinny tan snake, almost like a grass snake, but sand colored. And I was so excited. I went out there and I pet it and took pictures of it and sent them to Mike. And he was just like, "I'm glad you found that, not me." I was like, what a baby. But I definitely love, 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 love most animals, just not all bugs. I don't like crickets, even though they don't bite or anything. I just don't like things that jump on me. But it's weird because the green grasshoppers don't bother me, but those cave crickets or spider crickets are the most ugly, gross thing, and I just cannot stand those things. Ugh. Thank you at Mr. MT Olmstead or Mike. We were super excited about that. It was really cool to see that we had got that many subscribers. So we're excited. Yeah, Mark says it's never too early to decorate for Halloween. I mean, when I was a teenager, I probably would have guessed that my house would have looked like Halloween all year. As I grow up and have kids, obviously my life changed a little bit. And so that's not the way things went, but there's still sometimes where I'm like, the Addams Family house was pretty cool. Wouldn't mind decorating like that all year. And then we do have our What the Flock moment of the week coming up here in just a minute. We have found a couple interesting ones, but we decided to go with this one this week. So the once in a billion discovery, the lady finds a perfectly round egg. She thought it was a ping pong ball, and it was perfectly rounded. There's the picture of it next to a ping pong ball. So we thought that was pretty cool. I've definitely never had a perfectly round egg. I'm not sure if any of you have, other than maybe like a quail egg is, well, I guess even they're not perfectly round. But yeah, that was something we started doing. The What the Flock moment of the week was something we started doing about 3 weeks ago. Just fun things. I think the first one was the chicken in the Pentagon, and then we had the Australian reporter that got scared by the giant chicken. So yeah, we've had a couple really funny ones. Sorry, my dogs are doing something behind me. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. But yeah, so we try to find fun stuff for the What the Flock moment of the week. Mostly we try to find involving chickens, but as we start running out of funny or cool chicken stuff, obviously we might branch out for other cool What the Flock moment of the weeks. But we definitely enjoy doing that. But speaking of unique eggs, check out a few of my eggs that I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess it's the same girl, but she's been putting out some big, beautiful eggs. I haven't cracked these 3 open yet, but I'm guessing they're double, and maybe the biggest one might be a triple yolk. those are some pretty impressive eggs, and I'm sure one of those girls out there is super sore because yeah, that was just a crazy. Junkyard Gamer just ate chicken. I eat chickens too, just not my chickens. And then Kathy said the eggs are a beautiful color, and she had chicken quesadillas for lunch. Like I said, I eat chickens. I just my girls are here for my egg production and also for my enjoyment because they are a lot of fun. And thank you, Kathy, for that. Yeah, everybody, if you're in here watching, please take the time just to hit the like button on the video. It does help us, and it helps the engagement for my channel. And so the other thing that we were wanting to talk about was I got my first customer on my merch, and we sold an apron and some stickers. So here's my first customer wearing her apron that she ordered from our merch store. She said the pockets are very roomy. She's got some full-size utensils in the pockets here. And she said it's adjustable as far as how you put it on and as the fit, I guess you would say. I don't know. But she liked it. So we were excited. She also ordered a sticker from us. And so we were very, very, very thankful. So thank you, Glenda, for your purchase. And Junkyard Gamer said, I give you my severed thumb for your like. That's funny. My dad was actually missing one of his thumbs. He cut it off with a skill saw. Interesting fact.
I kept mine today.
Yep. We use the skill saw today, and every time Mike uses it, I'm like, just remember, that is how my dad lost his thumb. So I always get nervous. I'm like, don't cut your thumb off, please, or anything else. But yeah, so those are my big, beautiful eggs, and I'm super proud of those eggs. All right, Jax, go lay down. Sorry, my dogs are whining and crying behind me. But anyways, those were just a few. Yeah, the chickens are out. He's going to let the dogs out, so yeah, Junkyard Gamer, ouch, is right. They offered to cut his toe off and put it on his hand, but he was like, no effing way, no flocking way. And then Kathy said Richard is kind of accent prone, so I always get nervous when he's working with power tools. Yeah, I can understand that, definitely. My dad, he knew what he was doing. He was very good at what he was doing, but he still made the mistake of being lazy when holding the wood and having his thumb out, and it hit a knot and kicked back, and it took his whole thumb off. Maybe on my next live, I will get a picture of my dad's missing thumb. I got to dig one up for you, but I don't have the picture of the actual thumb.
He used to open beers without his thumb. He used to trip me out.
Yeah, my dad could do anything that you could do with both thumbs without his thumb. I mean, he could like take it and open a beer like that with no thumb.
I'm talking cans.
Yeah, cans. He can open a can of beer with his thumbless hand. He could roll a cigarette with no thumb. I mean, he did not let it stop him whatsoever. But yeah, when you that comment just made me think of that. I thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, so the eggs were very, very impressive to me. And then we're super still into the pumpkin season, so I'm looking up all these pumpkin recipes. Jamie's Country Living. Hey, thank you for joining us. I'm newly subscribed to Jamie's channel as well. We're getting her channel pulled up. If you guys want to check it out, it's awesome channel. And Rich Cat Ranch is also another awesome channel. If you guys enjoy animals and homesteading, then you'll definitely enjoy these channels. And thank you for subscribing, Hippie Man. But But yeah, so the eggs were huge though, and I'm thinking one might be a triple yolk, and I know that's super rare, but I mean it's a big egg. The pictures really don't do it justice. Um, we were just watching a few of your videos just a little while before we started live streaming Jamie's Country Living. Junkyard Gamer said I was away for 3 days and just got back. I was watching you play Sonic the other day, Junkyard Gamer. I used to have a Sega, not the Dreamcast, the old school Sega, and I used to play Sonic on that a lot, actually, in a pool game. But I tend to stay a fan of the old school games. I mean, we do have a PlayStation 4, and I do play it. Well, I used to play it. I mostly play them on my PC now. But I love anything from Atari all the way up to about what was that? Was it the Dreamcast that played the discs? I can't remember. I think it was a Sega Dreamcast. After all that, I was PlayStations are meh for me. I play here and there. But yeah, we're big into video games over here as well. We play Scum on our PC, and it's a super fun game. We have our own server for that one. It's still in development, so sometimes you'll get kind of far, and then it will all of a sudden you'll have to wipe it or restart because of a new update. Jamie's Country Living says I'm so far behind in watching videos. I understand. I tend to watch them while I'm laying in bed a lot at night, or I'll have them playing right when I'm folding laundry or doing chores. I'll have my phone propped up so I can get my watch time in and comment on all my friends' videos. And but yeah, I started at NT Homesteads at the beginning, but their videos are a lot longer than most of mine, so I haven't got caught up on theirs yet. But I catch all their lives and all their new videos, but I'm trying to catch up on their old ones so I can kind of catch myself up on some of the stuff that I don't already know that most people know. See, Junkyard Gamer says, I'm waiting for the Ultimate Sonic game to come out November 8th. They say it's the biggest Sonic game ever made. Wow. That'd be interesting. But yeah, we had a long day today. I am so tired. I can't even believe, like, it feels like it's like 10 o'clock and it's only 8. But I did pretty much remodel the inside of my coop as well, finish building the roost and get the roost put in there. When I was out there just a couple of minutes ago, though, my chickens tend to, we gave them an easy way up until I can get the proper ramp built, but they're not using it. They're being chickens and being dumb, basically. They're smart but dumb. It's funny. One of mine decided to fly up and cling to the hardware mesh and then jump over to the roost instead of just using the temporary little ramp setup that I gave them. See, Junkyard Gamer said, what's a flock when you get time? YouTube Sonic Frontier. Okay, I'll check it out. And Mark Garcia said they're being chickens. But that was just a few of the things that we've got going on. Another cool thing that we've got going on is my daughter Violet, or V as she likes to go by now, is in agriculture class, and her new thing is she has to have a project, and we are able to use our chickens. So we're going to she's going to talk in her project about the deep litter method and how the chickens are contributing to the compost and breaking the green matter down with the brown matter. And so she's doing a whole 20-hour agriculture project using our chickens, and I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see, Jamie's Country Living said, you have the Switch and forget you have it. Your daughter got it for you for Christmas last year. We just this year for my son's birthday got him a Switch Lite. He's a very clumsy little guy, and we gave him an old cell phone that didn't have service, but it had Wi-Fi, so he can still play all his games and Pokemon Go and just all those things. But he dropped it so many times it was like shattered. So I was really reluctant to get him the Switch. So we got him the Switch Lite, and we got him like all the padded accessories and cases and everything to try to protect it. So far, so good, but it's only been a couple months. Chickens are funny. Turkeys are dumb. Turkeys scare me. Turkeys are mean. I mean, we have some wild ones around here, and they'll like attack your car. They'll come after you. Okay, I'll check it out if you go live tonight, Junkyard Gamer. I've been Rich Cat Ranch. Kathy introduced me to the Late Horror Show. He by no means needs me to help him get subscribers. He's got tons, but his channel's super cool, and he does old timey like radio shows at night. And those are really cool to listen to at night when you're just laying in bed trying to get ready for sleep. You get to lay there and kind of use your imagination. So I've been watching him a lot at night. So Kathy, thank you for the suggestion. But yeah, the turkeys out here, they're pretty mean. And when I was younger, I was afraid of chickens even because I had been attacked by a rooster. I'd been chased by like bloody, half-dead chickens, like followed into my house by a chicken that was like squirting blood when I was like 7. That's horrifying. And I was just like, I was so scared. But anyways, I got over that fear and started really wanting to be more self-sufficient, self-sustaining, and got over that for the most part. Rich Cat Ranch said that tonight's stream is the old-time radio show High Adventure. They're really cool. They're not all necessarily horror. Some of them seem to be like those murder mystery style, which is I like murder mystery stuff and like true crime and things like that. That's kind of my bag. Jamie's Country Living says we are raising turkeys. well, the hubby is, let's say. That's how it is with the chickens. I'm raising the chickens, and when he goes out there, they get kind of upset and mad, and then he's like, doesn't get it, but he just doesn't I've been with them like every minute almost since we got them as tiny little fluffy chicks. So yeah, but I don't know because if a turkey came at me, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'd be pretty scared, like a big old Tom. I don't know. Somebody in one of the chicken groups I'm in was talking about her peacock attacking her, like a full-grown male peacock. Like, I don't know, that would scare the crap out of me. Seriously, I would probably punch that peacock right in the face if I'm just telling the truth. Like, I love my chickens, and I try not to get aggressive even when my roosters are being buttholes, which I'll get to that here in a minute. Oh, the hounds are howling little brats. Oh, hey there, Hedgehog's Homestead. Thank you for joining us tonight. But yeah, I've tried to take the peaceful route with the animals, but every now and then they get a little bit crazy. Oh, there's the doggies. But yeah, so that was just one of the other things we were talking about was Violet's FFA, or not FFA, she's not in FFA anymore. It was her agriculture project. So she has to do 20 hours of her working in the coop and turning the bedding and helping so we can show the process of the bedding breaking down and turning it into compost. And so that's going to be exciting. Oh, bye, Mike. Thank you for joining us tonight. And you had a great live earlier. I watched you with Raquel. That was awesome. She's really cool. But yeah, so we that was just a few of the things that we were talking about with her teacher was, could we use our chickens on a project for agriculture, or did it have to be plant related? Because most of what they do in her class is plant related. So it's kind of exciting that we can do something that we already have going on. We already do the deep litter method. We already have chickens. And now I can make her get out there and do some work because it's for school. Junkyard Gamer says, "What the flock? If you catch a chicken, hold the chicken to the ground, draw a line in the dirt from the chicken's face, and the chicken will stay completely still." You know, I have heard that. I've never tried it, but I've definitely heard it. However, my rooster, Vern, I cannot catch him. He is super fast. He's huge. He's super fast, and he's so evasive. And he's been like that since he was a fluffy little chick. He's never liked being held at all. But that's actually one of the things I was going to talk about. My biggest rooster, Vern, he's a Lavender Orpington, has recently become super aggressive. Well, I don't know that I'd say super aggressive, but the other day I went out there in flip flops, which I know is a no go. It's like a no no. You're not supposed to do that. But when I went out there in flip flops, he started pecking at my feet. And at first I was like, well, just probably my toenail polish. He's just, going after that, thinking it's food. And then after a few times, I was like, ow, little butthole, stop. He kept doing it. And then he drew blood on one of my toes. I have bruises on my other foot. So I was like, okay, I'm not going out there in flip flops anymore. So I went out there in tennis shoes the next day and he didn't do anything. And I thought, okay, that's fine. No big deal. And then yesterday I went out there in tennis shoes. That's Big Burn right there on the screen. I went out there yesterday in my tennis shoes and he started pecking at my shoes again. And I just kind of stood there and stood my ground and didn't show any fear. Because the first time when he started kind of seeming like he was being mean, because like I said, he drew blood. I got a little nervous. I was like, oh crap, this is the one rooster that I really didn't want to ever attack me. And he kept pecking at my feet, and then he was pecking at my shoes. I was like, ha, you little brat. Doesn't hurt because I have tennis shoes on today. And then he started pecking at my shoestrings, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. It could look like a worm or something. But then he started pecking at my toes through my shoe again, and he was pecking hard. And I was like, okay, he's just being a butthole now. So I'm not really sure what his deal is, why he's suddenly attacking my feet. I don't know if he's trying to prove his dominance, but he needs to quit because he's making me mad. But when I go out there in my tennis shoes, at least it doesn't really hurt as bad. Sometimes he gets you pretty good, and it'll hurt a little, but it doesn't draw blood or anything. I have bruised feet from that little jerk. And so he's just been acting a little, I don't know. If his attitude doesn't change, he might find himself in some soup somewhere but not me though, because I don't think I can do that. I can't kill him, and I don't know how to process a chicken. Let's just be real. I don't know how to do that, and I don't have a knife in this house that's sharp enough to do that. But yeah, so that's just kind of funny that we were talking about that because he's just been a little bit of a jerk, and I don't know that I could eat it, knowing it was one of my little guys, even though he was a butthead. Junkyard Gamer said he'll end up in my belly. He might. I mean, if he doesn't get over it, because I do have kids and other animals and stuff, so I can't really have him being a complete jerk, but I'm trying to work with them. There's ways of understanding rooster behaviors and making some changes, and there's even ways of putting them in timeout and separating them from the other chickens for a week and then letting them back in, and sometimes that kind of knocks them down a peg. So I have a few options I can try before we have to call him, but I get tips from another YouTube channel, and they're also a Facebook page called Roovolution. They have a lot of rescue roosters, and you can even see just there on the screen, those are them literally cuddling roosters, holding them and kissing them, and it is possible. Yeah, at least he's cute, and he does his job. I mean, he protects his ladies. Today when we were trying to work on the roost, my husband didn't follow my instructions. I told him to wait outside of the coop until I got all the chickens lured out into the run and then go in there and close the door to the run. And he went in there too soon, and one of the hens was still in the nesting box, and Big Burn wasn't going to leave until she was out. So Mike's trying to shoo them, innocently shoo them through the door. But Burn, like I said, he's been kind of aggressive lately. And I think that he doesn't know Mike like he knows me, so he just instantly went off and started pecking his feet and trying to kick him and just flying at them. And I was like, well, you know, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I told you not to go in there. That's the whole reason I didn't want him to go in there, because I knew Vern has been being a butthole. Vern has an attitude right now. Now, I got Vern March 31st, and he couldn't have been more than a couple of days old. So, you know, he's not that old. He's less than a year old. So he still had a lot of hormones he's working out. And and I put him in a padded room. Junkyard Gamer said, I need to, because he's got an attitude. And I try my best not to, because like with most people, they would just be like, oh, kick them, smack them, hang them upside down. But when you do that to a rooster, you only, oh my gosh, when you do that to a rooster, you're only like proving to him that like, oh, so you are a threat. I was right to attack you. So sometimes you got to pick and choose your battles. Revolution, that page we showed a minute ago, they actually show you how to stay calm and use the bottom of your shoe to block the attack without like being aggressive to the rooster, and it calms the rooster down really quick. And so far, all the tips they've given me have been incredibly helpful. I mean, they've definitely kept my roosters here. Like, Shirley only came at me the once, and then I took all the tips from their, you know, I messaged them on Facebook, and I have to say they got back to me really quickly, and they gave me great advice, and Shirley has not attacked me again since that happened. Okay, Kathy, I understand. Thank you so much for dropping in, and I'll probably catch you a little later in the horror chat. But to be fair, their advice has been proven, like their word's as good as gold for me right now, because it's worked. Everything they've told me has worked, and they responded to me really quickly. I found that to be super, super cool when, you know, these people probably have a lot of people messaging them. But another thing I want to talk about is it being molting season, and we're finding all kinds of cool feathers. So I've been looking for ideas of things I can make with the feathers, different jewelry, hair clips, even just like making like accessories, or, you know, feathered handled tools. Oh my goodness. Yeah, molting season. Thankfully, that's not what they look like. But that's definitely something that I'm looking into right now, is just what are some ideas of things I can do with some of the cool looking feathers, because Shirley's tail feathers are black, but they shine an iridescent green, and they curve and come to a point, and they're just beautiful. And I finally found one of his big, beautiful tail feathers that was intact, and I'd love to make something with that one. Vern has just kind of a purplish gray feather, so they're kind of unique. Junkyard Gamer says, make wings so you can fly to your house. Play some Sonic. But yeah, I want to make some cool jewelry. I think maybe take it back to the 80s, some earrings or some like little hair accessories. But Shirley's tail, that's Shirley. And if you see there, you can kind of see that was also Vern getting all rapey there. But yeah, his tail feathers are gorgeous, and even his hackle feathers, his neck feathers, they are used to make fly fishing lures, I was told. So that's actually really cool. And if you find those intact, they can actually be worth a little bit of money here and there. So that's really neat, I thought. But with it being molting season, sorry, there's a bug. We have definitely found tons and tons and tons of feather. Mark, I know, is getting all rapey. He just attacked her out of nowhere. No means no, Vern. So I tried to tell him when he was biting my feet. I said, no means no. You cannot attack my feet. Like I have 2 little bite marks that are like scabbed over and on one foot, and 2 bruises on the other, where he was just attacking the crap out of my feet, little jerk. I'm trying not to have to kick him, but one day he might have to just get football kicked across the dang run to figure that out, because that is a little much. And then we can drop our StreamYard link in if anybody would like to join in on the panel and talk. You could talk a little bit about your channel, or if you have any questions for us, or if you just want to jump up and chit chat. We can put that link up. That's going to be me kicking Vern, though. It's be the opposite because they already kicked. Well, Shirley didn't kick me either. He just kind of jumped at me. But yeah, there's our StreamYard link. If you guys want to, anyone wants to jump in on the panel and join the live, say hi, promote your channel a little bit. Any whatever you want to talk about is fine, as long as it's appropriate. But you guys can feel free to join us if you feel like it. And then we will also be having an exciting announcement coming up soon for our channel, something that we're going to be doing. We're just working out the logistics of it, and then we're going to announce it. So stay tuned for that. And we should be announcing it maybe the last Sunday of September, first Sunday of October. We have been going through some of our analytics and stuff too, and something that we've noticed as less than 10% of our viewers are subscribed. So if you guys are watching and you're not subscribed, please remember to subscribe if you enjoy watching our lives or watching our videos. We only have 312 subscribers, but we have 129,689 views. So we have a ton of views. Granted, a lot of them are on shorts, so unfortunately it doesn't count for my watch time, but that's a whole nother story. But we're getting the views, but we don't have that many subscribers. And I think it was less than 10% of our viewers are subscribed. So just throwing that out there. If you do watch us and you're not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. We are super grateful for every one of those views, though, because that's a lot of views. I never thought my channel would get that many views, so that's exciting for me. So now just to get those subscribers. But we just last week we were under 300. I think we were at 297 on my live last week. And so yeah, so now we are over 300 at 312. So I'm super thankful for all of that. You said 279. Did you mean 297?
No.
Oh, we were at 279. Okay. Wow. We're at less than I thought. The biggest chicken on earth is the Brahma roosters. Yes, they actually have giant Brahmas specifically. We were watching videos on those, and we wanted them, and I think I wanted one all the way up until my rooster Burns started being a jerk, and now I'm like, dude, if one of those came at me, like, I'd have to bust out some little 22 action, pew pew, because those that rooster might actually win a fight. Now, look at that. And he looks a lot like Shirley, but Shirley doesn't have feathered feet, and he obviously isn't like a 4-foot tall rooster. So Shirley's actually my smaller of the roosters, but he seems to be the head rooster, but he is the smallest of the two roosters. But yeah, the giant Brahmas were definitely something that I was looking at, and the Iam Samanis. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but they're the solid black chickens. Those are really cool. And that is my sweet Shirley. He's not as sweet as he used to be, but like I said, I'm going to chalk it up to hormones. Right now, I'm just going to assume that they're hormonal little jerks and give it some time. I'm going to try to spend a little more time out there this fall when the weather's nice, and try to gain their trust and gain the confidence of the jerks in the flock. So that, because like, for example, my sweetest chicken is Pearl, and she's my baby. She'll fly and land on me. She'll let me hold her. Like, she's just the best chicken. But the roosters get all mad every time I like pick her up and start getting crazy. So they're a little territorial of their women, but that's Miss Pearl. She, Mike's going to put her up in a minute. She is just the sweetest. Maybe not to all the other chickens. She's like the head hen, so they don't mess with her too much. But that's why she's up there eating. If you notice, and like nobody's messing up there. The one that came up, she pecked at it and immediately left. But she is my sweet girl to me, anyways. I love her. But yeah, so that was just some of the things that we had going on recently. But Vern, we're gonna have to figure something out with him. I'm gonna have to get some boots if he's gonna keep. If he doesn't, the thing is that is weird, I guess I should say, is that when a rooster is being aggressive towards you, almost always they're gonna have their hackle feathers fluffed out. Their neck feathers are gonna be like, whoosh. And theirs isn't doing that. It's almost like they're not really being mean. It's like they're confused, or like, I don't know, something's going on with them where they're not sure if they should attack me or not. The smallest chicken on earth, I think, are the Bantam Cochins. Look at how little my babies were, you guys.
You see Vern in the corner.
Yep, Vern is in the corner with Oreo, and then the one with the black stripes, that is Shirley. And those two ended up being boys. I'm technically not supposed to have roosters where I live, but the neighbor behind me has like 5, and the people up the street have a rooster, and all of my neighbors are incredible where I live. So until somebody gets upset about me having a rooster, they're not going anywhere, or until I get upset about me having a rooster, because I'm definitely like, if one of them does serious damage, I'm not above knocking a rooster out. I'm just saying. Okay, so it looks like the smallest chicken is the Malaysian Sarama Bantam. So I was right that it's a Bantam, which, I mean, Bantam is the small breed. They're basically minis. But I thought it would have been a Cochin. Look at that. See, if that little guy came at me, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, get the heck out of here. I'm not scared of you. But of course, he'd probably be the one that like flies up and takes your eyes out or something. Be my luck. But yeah, so that is just something I'm working on, is trying to see if I know my dog's over here like getting all his scratchings in, but he's my best friend in the world. He's my best friend in the world. Num num chicken. Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible that might have to happen. The problem is neither myself nor Mike here has ever had to process a chicken. So not only do I not have a sharp enough knife to even really do what needs to be done, but I don't have a defeatherer, and I don't think I can sit there and just like rip the chickens feathers out. And I don't know if I have it in me. Now, don't get me wrong. In a bad enough situation, I'm starving, I can't get food, whatever, I'll figure it out and I'll get it done. But if I don't have to, if I can just go to the store and get food and I not have to kill one of my chickens, then, that's the method for me. And that's not me being like judgy towards anyone that processes chickens. I'm totally fine with people processing meat. I'm just kind of a sissy when it comes to that. Like, I'll fight any human, but I don't want to have to hurt an animal. Like, I love my animals too much to have to harm them. But again, I'll eat them if I have to. A 50 caliber would not leave much meat. There wouldn't be anything left of a chicken. Maybe for a buffalo. We got some nice little 22s that would do the trick, I think, if we were going to shoot it. But I think the ideal method is a cone around the neck, and then you hang them upside down and drain the blood. I've watched videos on it, honestly, because, like I said, I might have to do it one day. Rather it be because my rooster is being a giant rooster, or rather it be because I'm starving or in a tough situation and we need to be able to eat. So if that's the situation, then I want to be able to eat. So I'm trying to learn, and I'm trying to be brave enough to do it. I'm not squeamish when it comes to horror movies. I'm not squeamish when it comes to working out in the farm and all the chicken poop and stuff that fly, that I can deal with. But when it comes to like something or someone bleeding and guts and like stuff like in real life around me, I tend to get squeamish. I know some of my friends make fun of me. They're like, "How are you such like a tough girl?" But you like are like, "Oh," when it comes to that. But it's just how I am. I can't do it. I don't know. But yeah, so that was just one of the many things that we had going on. When we get to 500 subscribers, we plan on doing a 500 subscriber giveaway. We're not sure exactly what all that will include yet, but we can pretty much guarantee you'll get some What the Flock merch, maybe more. But we're excited because we have already went over 300. So, I mean, it might not be long now. It might be longer. Who knows? I can't really say how quickly it'll happen, but it's exciting that we've gotten as far as we have. And you know, it could be any one of many, that's kind of weird, sounded weird, but anyways, of many of our, yeah, $500 sounds good. Well, you know, you guys, if you guys want to give me $500, that sounds good. These chickens are expensive. I need these eggs are like $100 a piece at this point with all the pine shavings, and I bought the prefab chicken coop that they pretty much only use to lay eggs in. And then since I got my original 8 and then I took in 5 pullets from someone else, the 5 pullets sleep on top of the prefabricated roost and the other ones roost together. It's really weird. They're like 2 separate flocks that coexist. Hey, Barb from Barb's Country Home. Thank you for dropping in. We were actually just looking at some of your videos and talking about your beautiful eggs and stuff just a little while ago. So thank you for dropping in and listening. If you guys aren't subscribed to Barb, here is her link in the chat. She's awesome. She's got some great videos. I think we saw, was it Barb that had the one of the hornworm eating her plant?
Can't remember.
Can't remember either. I think it was. But anyways, we were watching a bunch of videos earlier after we built the roost. We were catching up on some of the people that I'm subscribed to. We were exhausted and sweaty, and so we came in and just had to relax for a little while before we finished our chores. And like I said, we just caught up on some YouTube videos that we were behind on. I'm subscribed to a lot of people because I find that I've learned a lot about homesteading. Before I got my chickens, I watched tons of YouTube videos pertaining to chickens, chicken health, chicken injuries, the best chicken setups. Mine aren't as glamorous as some people that you might have seen, but it's very functional and safe, and my chickens are happy. Barb's Country Home said we incubated 15 eggs, got 8 roosters and 6 hens. Oh my gosh, that's awful. I mean, I love my roosters and all, but 8 roosters, that's a lot. And it's terrible because there's so many more roosters, it seems like, than hens out there. And then people either just cull them or rehome them, or like, and some of the ones that rehomed end up like in like cockfighting, especially out here because I live in the country. And as much as I hate to admit it, I know it goes on. I don't know where, but I know it goes on. You have 8 roosters in a man cave cage, and you can't kill them or get rid of them. See, that's how I'd be. Do they fight each other a lot, or do they coexist pretty good? Because I know it just depends on the rooster. Roovolution, the page I mentioned earlier, they actually have a man cave, 2 of their rescue boys, and they all get along really well, and they're the sweetest. My roosters don't want to be held. I can pick Shirley up if I need to. He doesn't like it, but Vern will not. Like, he won't even let me get close to picking him up. Like, I've realized quickly now that if I ever have to do any medical treatment to Vern, or if I ever have to call him or anything, like, I'm going to need a net. like a large net or maybe a sheet to throw over him because he is fast. But yeah, so the rooster thing's a little. I don't understand why it's my feet. Though most of the time when roosters are coming at you aggressively, they, like I said, they fluff their neck feathers out and they jump up and kick you. But Vern is really just biting the crap out of my feet, and I don't know why. Like, it's just a new thing. He's been really kind of in a kerfluffle, if you will, and he just isn't. I don't know. I feel like that's the right word because their feathers get fluffy when they're mad. A kerfluffle. He's flying. There goes one of your penguins. You better get him. The Tennessee Aquarium had some baby penguins, and then you could vote on the name of the penguins. And one of the names that you could vote was Violet, which is my daughter's name. So I thought that was cute. But yeah, so just a kind of quick recap. We're super excited about Halloween, and we are planning costumes and decorations and pumpkins and recipes right now for all of that. And then we broke our 300 subscriber mark, which was our goal from last week. So that was awesome. Hey, Coastal Water, thank you for dropping in. I just watched your cooking video earlier today. That was a really good video. If you guys aren't subscribed to Miss Coastal Water, you should go check her out. And also her husband, Backlash Fisherman, is another good channel that I'm subscribed to. And they do a lot of lives that are really cool. And if you like fishing, they're great channels to be subscribed to. And then we did our What the Flock moment of the week, which was the perfectly round ping pong ball shaped egg. And then I showed off my big giant whoppers of eggs, which I'm impressed with. I'm sure that my girls are not happy about it, but I'm happy about it. I'm sure their butts hurt though. And then we also showed my first customer who bought an apron and a sticker from our merch. And so thank you, Glenda, who was my first customer. I really, really appreciate that. That was super exciting for me to get a sale there. And then we did talk about my daughter doing the deep litter method / compost project for her agriculture class and molting season. And if anyone has any good ideas, realistic good ideas for what I could do with the feathers as far as crafts go, jewelry, hair clips, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some cool, fun ways to use all these beautiful feathers that I'm finding in the coop. Batman laid an egg. But anyways, I got like squirrel brain there listening to these two in the chat or reading these two in the chat. But yeah, so that was just a few of the things. We do have an exciting thing that we're trying to get put together, and we should be announcing that in the next couple weeks. And then Mike's got this little meme here for you guys. Because Robin's a bird. Duh. Everybody knows that. But anyways, so that was basically, what we talked about. And of course, Vern being a butthole. Because Vern is just on one lately. If you guys haven't checked out the video of us building the new roost, you should definitely check it out. It didn't go as perfectly as we had planned. So there's some kind of funny moments in there. But we worked around our obstacles and we got the roost done. And now to get the stupid chickens to use it. For those of you that don't know, chickens tend to be, they don't like change. And so when you change up their coop or change up their habitat, sometimes they can be a bit stubborn before they start to use it. Oh, wow. Your daughter's name is Robin with a Y. Yeah, my mom went with a regular I, but yeah, she liked that name, and my dad's name was Robert. Oh, and here's Mike making fun of me. But yeah, he like here's the wood was warped, so we put the frame together, and anyways, ha ha ha. But it worked, and we got it fixed, and it's all level and stuff now. Um, I mean, I can call them in here if you want. I got 3 of them around the house. Actually, if you watch our churro video, one of my chicks is in that one, Miss B. That is not what my kids look like. Just to be clear, those are not my kids. I would imagine it would look like a bird with bat wings. Oh, a double yolk from your chickens. We have gotten 1 double yolk for sure, and then I got 3 huge eggs that I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure they're at least double, if not possibly one of them is a triple yolk, because it's huge. Like, that poor chicken must have felt like when I had my youngest, Maggie. The churro while driving. Well, maybe don't do that. We don't want you to die or kill anyone else. But yeah, the churro video was my daughter made the churros. My oldest daughter made the churros. So but she is Little Miss Violet. She goes by Vivi to her friends, but I still call her Violet. But I do want to thank everyone who is here, who has subscribed, who's watched, and took the time out of their day to join us in this chat. It really does help my channel grow and help me to get to know you guys. You guys also tend to give me ideas for content and areas I can improve, which is always appreciated because, I'm new to all this. I honestly started my YouTube channel when I got my chickens just as a learning tool. And way to not only like was I learning from other people's YouTube, but I was able to share what my mistakes and what I've learned with maybe other people who are getting started. And I never really thought that many people would watch my YouTube. I used to have a gaming YouTube channel as well, but it never really went anywhere. And so, what the flock, stuff happens, what can I say? Stuff happens. Sometimes we can't post certain clips from my videos because I'm losing my temper, when something happens and I have to bleep out half of the words or something. Things happen. Sometimes I'm not perfect. Things happen. But that's just some of the things that we end up, yeah. It's like a Mexican funnel cake. And they're delicious. And there's cinnamon and sugar and yumminess. I grew up in Southern California, so churros were something. We used to go to Magic Mountain, Six Flags in California, and get churros all the time. It's just like that was your go-to snack, was a churro. Barb's Country Home said, everyone loves your channel name. Empty Homestead talks about y'all. I love Empty Homestead. And honestly, I've subscribed to, those are churros, for those that were asking. But I love Empty Homestead. I love Mike and Terry. I love watching them. And honestly, I've connected with so many great channels through them and also through Boots and Bounty. I'm glad everyone loves my name. I keep making the joke. Everyone talks about my name. I'm like, all right, you guys love my name. Well, come on over and subscribe, which obviously you guys have. But it's just funny because there's a lot of people out there. Scott from Rambling with the Brums, he likes my name too. So I think they just like to be able to say what the flock whenever they see it pop up. But I like to say what the flock too. So, and I do have a flock of chickens, so it's like I can say it without, like, and I'm not really being like that naughty, because I do have a flock of chickens, and technically my name is Robin, which is a bird, so I'm allowed to say it. It's justified. Yeah, Lazy Days. I adore Jesse and Lisa. They crack me up. And I am dying to win some of their jam. Might just have to order some. I'm just gonna have to buy some because I want to try it so bad. And they make such interesting flavors too, like flavors I've never heard of in their jellies and jams. So I've got to try that. Aoki Homestead is who actually introduced me to both MT Homestead and Boots and Bounty. And then through them, I found Lazy Days Ahead and the Vineyard Chicks and just so many other different people through them. But Lazy Days Ahead, they are incredible. Jesse just has this charisma about him. And Marie at Aoki Homestead, like I said, if it wasn't for her, I don't know that I would have ever found all these other channels that have been so great to me and my channel. So Marie is really great. She's got these really great goats. And she's just a sweet person who pointed me in the right direction of a lot of great people in this community. I'm learning so much. I'm learning about canning right now and food preservation. One day I'm going to have a Harvest Right freeze dryer, but I'm a long way from being able to afford one of those. But that's just something for the prepping that I would like to have. Oh, Barb, you won some of their jams. You're still trying to get the used sticker vanilla. Yeah, that sounds amazing too. But yeah, definitely I would love to win the jam. So I'm not going to give up. I was in their live stream. They were live for like almost 5 hours yesterday, and I tried so hard, and I didn't win anything, which is okay. But, I didn't win anything. I was like, dang it. They gave away like 500 prizes, and I didn't win one. Not even a sticker. But it's okay. I'm still going to try. I'm not a sore loser. Yeah, the chocolate, we made the homemade cinnamon chocolate sauce to go with our churros, and they were super good. We also had a strawberry glaze. That was great. Oh, well, thank your husband for me. That's awesome. We are, we're trying to get better and better with our content too. So, bear with us for that. We're getting better cameras. We're learning the software more. We're learning tips and tricks. Mr. Boots at Boots and Bounty has a help desk, and he's given us tips that have honestly really, really helped us. But let's see.
There's Robin.
Oh yeah, Barb's Country Homes said yes for 5 hours. I watched Jesse and Lisa yesterday and didn't win anything either. I didn't watch the entire 5 hours. I did have to leave for like an hour at one point, like an hour at another point. But I did watch a lot of it, and I was like, come on, you got to be kidding me. I didn't win one thing. But I still had fun because their lives are so much fun. He's just so funny, and he reminds me of Santa. But and Tea Time Adventures is here. Thank you for popping in. And they were super yummy. It was so, so good. We had never made them before. We ate them. Like I said, there was this little place down the street from my house in Burbank, California called Dad's Donuts. I used to go there before school and get a fresh churro, and they were the best. And then Magic Mountain in Los Angeles, or in, is it in Venice? No, it's not. What's it? Ventura. Ventura? It's in California, Southern California. I feel like it starts with the V, but I can't really remember. But they have really good churros too. They're just overpriced because you're at an amusement park. You're at Six Flags, so everything's overpriced. But yeah, they got their hours for sure. They got their watch hours within the first hour of their stream. So they
Canyon Country.
I thought it was called something else.
That's where Mike lives.
Yeah, but I could have sworn it was called something else.
And there we go. Tea Time got it.
Yep. That's like my teenage stomping grounds. My best friend Pablo and I used to go. He'd get season passes, and like the season passes always come with like free passes and half off passes and all this other like perks. So he would get the season pass, and then I would just kind of ride off his season pass, and then we would go to Magic Mountain all the time. I don't really ride the roller coaster so much in my older age. I've got some back and neck stuff going on, but well, Mark's got a little one, so he might have had to go put little one to bed. But yeah, he knows where Magic Mountain is for sure. But there was a few times where we thought about making churros, and then my daughter found the video and she was like, "Hey mom, can I make this?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, if you want to make it, let's do it." We were supposed to do chocolate chip cookies, but teenagers today, she ended up bailing on me to go do something else. But we may or may not do a video because it's just a basic chocolate chip cookie recipe, but it is going to be made with my eggs from my chickens, so that's exciting. Yeah, I could have swore there was another
Valencia.
name. Valencia. I knew it started with a V. Valencia. I said Ventura, but it was close. But yeah, we grew up in Burbank, so not terribly far from there. Yeah, my doggies. I got two back there. There's Sookie. And then, okay, whoa, you're scooting the whole desk. And then there's Jax. Oh, you didn't have to get up, buddy. And here they come.
Oh, here comes
I said their names, and they're coming. They're both here. They're my babies. But so we both grew up out there though in California. That was just something that we did, and then we were supposed to do the cookies. I'm not sure if we're going to do a video on it or not now, just to be honest. And then I'm getting sidetracked because my dog, sorry. He's a big old cuddle bug. I love him. But yeah, they were definitely alive forever though, and I did watch them almost the entire time. I tried to watch them the whole time, but chores had to get done. I had to take care of the chickens and take care of the kids and all that stuff. But what, Jax? What? Big baby. He's a big baby. They are lovers, you guys. Yeah, churros are definitely one of my favorite snacks. Right, sit. Sit.
God, you're heavy.
Now they're trying to force their way in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was just a few of the things. We are going to do our 500 subscriber giveaway. I think after I get off our live stream today, I'm going to go outside and sneak out there and peek in the coop and see if they're using the new roost. It's not uncommon for chickens to kind of be stubborn to change and kind of refuse to use new things for a while. So we'll see. But that was what we spent most of our day doing, was building that roost and correcting the wobbly. That was so disappointing. I flipped it over and I was all thinking it was going to stand up and be ready. And I stood it up and it was like, bonk, 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 bonk. And I was like, what the flock? Like, what the flock is wrong with this? I don't understand. And so you were going to build it and I was like, yay, pick it up. And it went wonky on me. Went totally wonky. I don't know what happened. But yeah, that was a pretty funny video. Oh, you're going to have the 6-month channelversary. Ooh, when would mine be? March, April, May, June,
This
July,
month.
August, September. Oh, this month. The end of this month would be my 6-month. That's going to be fun. Wow, it doesn't feel like it's been 6 months since I started my channel. That's crazy. But yeah, I love watching MT Homestead and Boots and Bounty and Aoki Homestead. And they've honestly introduced me to people like Lazy Days Ahead. And even, honestly, Barb's Country Home, I found you through them. Jamie's Country Living, I found through them. Fanatic Connecting Guru. Hey, how you doing tonight? That's another cool channel. He does a lot of different videos, from baseball cards and coins and just like cool sound videos and things like that. I think he was sent my way, if I'm not mistaken, through Miss Southern Belle, or maybe it was the other way around. But yeah, so we were talking about my aggressive rooster Vern biting my feet and bruising my feet up, and just a few other things that we were chatting about before you popped in. And the funny roost bar video that we made today. So make sure you guys check that out. So that's another thing too that I want to bring up is my shorts videos are getting crazy amounts of views, but my long videos, the ones that count for my view time, aren't getting the views. So make sure you guys watch and like my long videos too, because that will help my channel out a lot. Oh yeah, okay. So the Fanatic Connecting Guru sent me Miss Southern Belle. Okay, I knew it was one way. Yes, I do follow Garden State Gardener as well. And Digging for Health is another one that I follow. She's doing a really cool pumpkin recipe contest right now, so that's really cool. And Mark's here. He said the wife invited a bunch of people over. Well, that's okay. I completely understand, and I totally appreciate you being here, Mark. The algorithm has been PETA lately. Oh, gotcha. That one went over my head. Sorry. That's funny. You just now put your 29 chickens to bed. I'm lucky. I've been letting mine free range in the later half of the day in my backyard because it's pretty safe for them. And once the sun starts setting, they go back in the run on their own naturally. And then once it starts getting dark, they go into the coop on their own. I don't really have to do much as far as that. Oh, that's awesome. That's great, Mark, because we are going to be doing a 500 subscriber giveaway when we get there, and we are over 300 now. And we were talking about the rapey rooster Vern attacking me, and he's been attacking my feet, biting my feet. I've got bruises. So you guys may end up seeing a video of that if somebody's around to catch him being a jerk to me one day. Look at his little grumpy face. Did you see that? Even his face is just like grumpy. His little grumpy butthole. Like he was like wiping his beak off, like cleaning it before he shreds you with it. Little booger. Look at that grumpy look. Attitude. Barb's Country Home says they all go to bed on their own, but you have to lock the coop doors. Oh, okay, yeah, my run covers their little chicken door, and so I don't close their little coop door that goes into their run at night because I also am surrounded by a 6-foot fence and neighbors, so I don't really have any predators that come in my yard at night because my dogs go out at night and things like that. But during the winter, I will be closing their coop. They have like a little chicken door that goes from their coop to their run. And I do close that during the winter. I will be. This is my first winter with them. Closing it then just for heat purposes. Hey, Bare Bones Living. I saw you won on Jesse's giveaway the other day. We were just talking about how he live streamed for 5 hours and gave away all those prizes, and I didn't win a darn thing, and neither did Barb's Country Home. But it's okay. We still had fun watching. You can't not have fun watching Jesse and Lisa. They're great. But yeah, Bare Bones Living also has some really great videos if you guys want to check them out too. Yeah, it was crazy. There were so many people in the chat. I couldn't even keep up with the comments. Like, I was trying not to chat with anyone because there was so much already going on that I was like, we're going to break the chat. But yeah, so I'm currently working with a grumpy rooster, though, trying to get his attitude in check so that I don't have to hurt him or get rid of him. He's not like fluffing his feathers up or kicking me. He did kick Mike today, but that was kind of Mike's fault. But he doesn't kick me. He just bites my feet really hard. So, I told you not to go in there until I got him in the run because he doesn't know you as well as he knows me. And I already knew he'd been grumpy because, well, look at my feet. Stupid butthole. But I love him. He's a butthole, but I love him. And he's really pretty. I wish he'd let me hold him. But he's like, nope, not happening. Not happening. But again, anyone who's in here who does crafting, who can think of some cool ideas or unique ways I can use my chicken's feathers, because they are molting right now, and I am finding some really beautiful feathers. I was telling everybody earlier that I found a huge iridescent black, it's black with like iridescent green tail feather from Shirley. And it almost looks like it'd make a cool quill pen. But I don't know how to make one of those. I could probably figure it out, but we have some really cool feathers and I'd love to find unique ways to use them. Mark. Oh my goodness. Good thing most of the kids are in bed, right? I'm just kidding. I have made earrings not with feathers, so I am thinking about trying that. I gotta try to find some that match so I can make it like a set. I do have one from my chicken cinnamon that looks really cool. I think that one would make a cool earring. So I just got to get another one to match it now. I don't want to pluck it off of her. Come here, Cinnamon. Barb's Country Homes. All my chickens are so beautiful, and a lot of them won't let me hold them. But if you walk up and grab their feet, then you can love them up. My roosters are it's like, I don't know, they're intimidating sometimes, and I'm still trying to get over that. Now that I've been attacked once by each rooster, well, twice by Vern and once by Shirley, I feel like I'm getting braver. Like I'm like, okay, bring it on, you little turds. But at the same time, like they are too. They're mean. On a long leather strap. Have to start me an adult Etsy market. But yeah, now that they've come at me a couple times, I feel like now that it's happened, it's kind of gotten that fear over a little bit. So now I'm just like prepared for it. And I'm hoping that I can work past that. But like when I go to grab them, like you never know if they're going to kick you or bite you. So you got to like watch both ends of them. Like you're like, they're like little ninjas and they get crazy for no reason sometimes. Like if they just don't like your pants, they'll attack you. Like it could be something as stupid as you're wearing a pattern on your pants that they don't like, or a color on your pants, and they're just like, nope, I don't like that. So you never know with these little buttholes, but I'm learning as I go. I did a lot of research before I got them. I didn't think I'd have any roosters. I figured I'd get rid of them. I honestly thought I would take them to nannies if I got roosters and make her have them, but I kept them. Oh my gosh. Mark. I should use the feathers to make myself a giant chicken suit to blend in, and that way Vern won't attack you. I don't know, they might attack me more. When I put the new chickens in there, it was like a gang war, like my old neighborhood in Burbank. This is a complete turf war. Oh my gosh. I kind of want that. I need that. I'm going to get that. You guys should see the giant rooster, a Christmas rooster, a Christmas cock, if you will, at Tractor Supply. Just saying. I want it. It's taller than me, and I want it so stinking bad. I need that suit. Not that one. Not the one he's about to show. But the other one, because I already have an abominable snowman onesie, and I have a Grinch onesie, and I had a Triceratops one, but my daughter kind of took that one over. I have a Christmas Story like bunny suit onesie. So honestly, adding a chicken one to the list wouldn't really be that far of a stretch. Oh yeah, Tea Time Adventures. My daughter made homemade churros. Yeah, they're delicious and they're pretty easy. They struggled a little bit because I had a friend over and I was hanging out with my friend, and so at one point, I don't know if he put it in the video, but at one point, Mike was like, "Where the hell's Robin?" Because basically they weren't really familiar with how to fill the piping bag without making a mess and how to do a lot of the things that were going on. So when I came back in, things got a little easier and the ball got rolling. They did all the dough and everything on their own, but they were just like, they were having a time trying to use the piping bag. And then see, Bare Bones Living said she saw the video pop up and she wants to see that. It was fun. It was a fairly easy recipe, like I said. And who doesn't love churros? They're delicious. It's just, it takes me back to my childhood, honestly. Dad's Donuts, Mark, if you're still watching. Hey, John, thank you for joining us. Mark, if you're still watching, I was talking about Dad's Donut. Oh my gosh, yes, wearing Mark. Always wear your rubber boots. I want the rubber boots from Tractor Supply, the chicken rain boots. That's another thing I want. That could be perfect coop shoes. But Dad's Donuts was a little donut place in Burbank, California that made super good churros, and every other donut that they had was amazing. It was walking distance from my house. I used to go there when I would walk to school, and they were so good. So good. Tea Time Adventure says, I have a Dia del Los Muertos Senorita outfit, a prisoner costume, and am eyeballing a spiderweb lace outfit for this year. That's awesome. Let's see if I can get it in the camera. I got my sugar skull tattoo here from when my dad passed away. Speaking of the Dia de los Muertos, that was what that tattoo is for my dad who passed away, and then that one's for my best friend who passed away, and that's for my brother who passed away. So they're all kind of memorials. But yeah, so that's where my sugar skull comes from. But yeah, those are cool costumes. I've had some interesting costumes. I think I have a very simple, silly one in mind for this year that I think I'm going to go for. But in the past, like when I was a little kid, I was Peggy Bundy, which was a really fun one. I should have, that was something I should have went to my mom's house and got some kid Halloween pictures, and I still have some on my Facebook from past years. I could have kind of done a little Halloween progression of things I was. Hey Mark, I don't know if you heard a minute ago, we were talking about Dad's Donuts. Oh my gosh. Don't scare people away, Mark. Don't be scared of my weird friends. But yeah, we were talking about Dad's Donuts. You were Peggy Bundy when you were 2. That's awesome. Another fun fact is I have been every member of KISS except for Ace Frehley. I've been Gene Simmons once, Paul Stanley once, and Peter Criss once. So I've been almost every member of KISS. I was Miss Frizzle from A Magic School Bus, or The Magic School Bus, which that was probably one of my funner costumes, and it was super simple. But I loved being Miss Frizzle because I love The Magic School Bus. So that was really cool. I've been Rainbow Bright. I've been a geisha. I was a Valkyrie.
Robin.
I was Robin from Batman and Robin. I don't know. I've been a lot of different things, honestly. I was Wendy from South Park.
When you're old as you are, you've been a lot of things.
Yeah, when you're as old as I am, you've had a lot of costumes. But But I love the holidays, all of them really. So I love 4th of July, Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving. I'm just super festive. Even for birthday parties, I'm super festive. I just get excited and get super in the spirit. And I think it annoys the heck out of my family, but oh well. Like Mike hid my motion activated musical Christmas ornament in the cabinet one year. You remember that?
Yes.
Kept making noise on this, like singing on the tree, and he got all mad and went and put it in the cabinet so that it wouldn't make any more noise. And it is not. It's September. It's time to start celebrating Halloween. I've already been watching Halloween's. I watched all the Roseanne Halloween specials and all the Home Improvement Halloween specials. We're working on the Treehouse of Horror Simpsons ones. I've already watched Ghostbusters 1 and 2 and Practical Magic. I'm working my way through my Halloween stuff because I get excited. My kids love Spookly the Square Pumpkin. That's something that we always watch every year. And I do want to grow pumpkins eventually. I want to find the giant variety. Barb's Country Home says my daughter is going to be Harley Quinn this year. Oh, yeah, that's going to be cute. I really want to be one of the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. I thought that would be a cool one. And then I saw a few other ideas that I still have, but I'm wanting something simple and comfortable this year. Yeah, see, I need a pumpkin like that. My little brother, when he was still alive, and I spent like almost $100 on 2 pumpkins to get because we got like 80-pound pumpkins, like 70 and 80-pound pumpkins, and there was so much money to get those pumpkins. But man, if I could just grow them and figure out exactly what variety to get that big. Yes, the honey cornbread video she did was excellent. I do love a good honey cornbread. You were Howard Stern. That's awesome. I grew up in Southern California, and Howard Stern was kind of big out there. And he actually used to have a late night TV show too, as well as his radio show that I used to watch. Howard Stern, he's hilarious. Oh my God. I'm a big fan of Howard Stern, honestly. That's pretty funny. That's too good. Yeah, there's some good ones. My mom's friend, when I was a little kid, I was probably like 4, and I think I was a black cat that year. But her friend Art made a Optimus Prime costume out of cardboard boxes, and I mean it was crazy good and crazy convincing. Like I could have never done as good of a job as he did. And she actually has pictures of that too. I should have really went through and did some digging and got some. I mean, it's not too late though. We still have all of September and October to go, so I can maybe one of my live streams I'll pop up a few pictures from Halloween because there's some good ones. I think they almost scared off some of my people with the picture.
The French ticklers.
But the another thing we can do with the feathers, though, I've been told, is his hackle feathers, his neck feathers, are good for fly fishing lures. So I found a few of them, but the perfect ones, I guess, go for more. And you can maybe I should learn how to make fly fishing lures and just sell them. Don't. Barebones Living said, I've seen pictures of people that make really cool Transformer content. Yeah, I'm not that talented either. But he did one, and I'm not sure what the logistics of it were because I was a little kid, so I barely remember, but I'm wondering how he went to the bathroom. Or like, did he wear that all night? Because, thank you, Fanatic Connecting Guru. I was a crazy cat lady one year, remember? I had like the little stuffed cats like pinned to my robe, and I was a crazy cat lady. I'm trying to remember. I was magenta several times from Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was a witch. I'm trying to think.
Wow, that was loud.
This little Pokemon toy sitting here. I didn't notice it. But yeah, so that was just a few of the costumes that I've done. Magenta was my go-to. I really like being magenta. I thought of that. I've never made a dream catcher, so I'm definitely going to try. My daughter has a really cool one she got for her birthday. It's shaped like a crescent moon, and then it's got like the dream catcher in the middle of the crescent moon, and then it's got all the feathers and charms hanging down, and it's really pretty. And I really love that one. So that's definitely a great idea.
Shirley's feathers are perfect.
Yep. Shirley's feathers are perfect for fly fishing.
The dream catchers.
Oh, for the dream catchers too. But yeah, so that's definitely an idea. Feathers and tar. I'll remember that for next time you come to visit, Mark. I'll be like, okay, everybody come in the front door except for Mark. Mark, go in the back door. And then maybe, if you're lucky, I'll walk you back in the closet. Just saying. Yes, it's so nice to not have the trolls. That's why we did the subscriber only thing. And we're trying to get our Nightbot to work, but we're having trouble with Nightbot, so we're still kind of messing with that. Mark said he'll do it for the content. Yeah, the trolls just like they weren't here for any of my other lives, and then they just came in and did their ugly troll thing, and then we booted them. But we've definitely taken more precautions now to not let that happen, because I don't need them in here bugging me when I'm trying to hang out with my new friends and some of my old friends even. But yeah, so it is getting a little bit late, and I'll probably go ahead and end the stream here, just because I think I've touched on most of the topics. And maybe next time I'll throw you a wrench, Fanatic Connecting Guru. We were still kind of new with you too at the time, so we were just kind of like, I'm not sure who to throw a wrench to, but I know that you know what you're doing. So, if I ever need it and you're willing to help, then I'll definitely throw you a wrench. But I do want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I got to go make sure all my little ones are in bed and ready for school in the morning. And then the husband's got to get to work in the morning, so I don't want to keep him down here too late. But I do want to thank everyone who came in here. And don't forget to share it and like and subscribe. And we'll be back next Sunday. And keep your eyes out for our next video. Bye. bye.